Like most of you, I've been shocked and deeply disturbed by what I've seen in the United States over the last couple of days. And I've been deeply reflecting upon it, partly as a psychologist, as an educator, and someone who obviously has grown up in a democratic system here in Canada. But there's a piece missing that I can't seem to find many people talking about, if anyone, and that's the failure of education in the United States. As we look at what has happened, that people believe lies. They're easily led by those in power. They lack critical thinking. They lack the ability to sort out what's true and what is not true. And these are not stupid people. I really think that I'd like to open the conversation about the manifestations of the lack of support and the lack of validity, the lack of honoring our educators and the education systems over the last number of years. We've seen huge budget cuts in universities, students who are saddled with huge debt when they leave universities, public schools in poor areas degenerating into environments where you wouldn't want to send your children. What is the role of public education? I would think it has a strong role in civic education. Obviously, there was failure with the people, the mob had no respect for civic responsibility, for civic education. They had no respect for democracy. Then there's civil education. Schools have a strong role in teaching students how to get along, in teaching them social skills, in the way that they instruct students in cooperative learning, in knowing how to accept ideas, how to critically think about ideas, which is another area that seems to have been largely lacking by the results of what we've seen in the United States and what we see now with millions of people not able to sort out what is the difference between truth and fiction, not able to sort out which sites are valid, reliable, and are trustworthy. We're missing media literacy. Critical thinking has not been taught. So I think that part of the reflection that has to take place after the last few days in the United States, but also in Canada, is the emphasis that we place on education, the support we give to education, to teachers, to universities, that they are our future. If we want a functioning democracy, one of the underlying components, one of the underlying values is a population that is able to think. Otherwise, we have a population that is easily led, that can be manipulated, that can easily be thought that they are not a part of a system. And the reality is many of them are not. But all I want to state is that education should have a major part in the reflection about what are the reasons behind what we're seeing in the United States and in the devaluing of democracy and the meanness that seems to be emerging everywhere. Thanks.